morning. Happy Monday, everyone, and welcome to QuestionPro Office Hours. We are so excited you're here. We're excited that Adrian is joining us as our subject matter expert today, and we are going to be chatting about all things reporting and analysis. So if you guys have any questions about what that looks like, or, if you're like, hey, I would love to do this fun reporting thing that Adrian's going to talk to us about. I was like, a fun analysis. Then, a word cloud. That's one thing I know we definitely have. Then you can drop that into the chat window. If you don't know who we are, I am Crystal Weiss. I'm the Director of Marketing here at QuestionPro, and I'm joined by Adrian Mendez, our Head of Customer Success. Say hi, Adrian.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good morning on the last Monday of the month. Really excited to be here. The month gets over. Holiday season starting soon.
I'm excited you're here too. So everyone, tell us where you're from in the comments. I am currently in Austin, Texas, where it is cloudy today but super humid. And Adrian, where are you at these days?
Oh, I just shifted back. So I'm in Goa, India. It's super humid over here as well. It's raining off the hook. I like the rain, so that's good, but don't like the humidity that comes along with it.
Oh, that is not great. I totally get that. Oh man, I just got an alert that says we're not streaming on LinkedIn. So I'm going to pop that into a channel and see if somebody can help us. So let us know where you're from, and we will say hi, because we love knowing where people are from. And if you have a question, definitely make sure to drop that in the chat window too, and we will answer it in live time. We have some questions already worked out that people submitted beforehand that makes us, helps kind of like create the agenda for the day. But if you have questions, we are more than happy. And I always feel like I throw Adrian for a curveball with some of my questions I just come up with in my head. And if you don't have time to join us today, but are joining us on any of our other days of the week, we have lots of content always for you. Every Friday, we have a show called Live with Dan, with a guy named Dan Fleetwood. He's the best, and he's our president of research and insights here at QuestionPro. Every other Tuesday, you can listen to a podcast from our workforce team talking about this season, the great, they're not calling it the Great Resignation. They're calling it the Great Opportunity. So, the job market is hot. And what does that look like? Finding the right fit for you, your family, your mental health, and your skill set. And so that goes live on Apple, Spotify, and Google Podcast every other Tuesday. Every Wednesday, our CX team is doing a live forum and are really chatting about the customer experience and everything there. So make sure to join us on Wednesdays. And of course, every other month, we have office hours every other day, man. So much going on. So that's what we have. And if you're not familiar with the QuestionPro platform, then you can join us on any of these options, from surveys, communities, workforce, and service and partnerships. We are always here for you. So let's get started today with our first question. I'm going to remove my screen. Okay, Adrian, what do we got today?
Okay, so I think I'll need your help because I'm on one screen today. So I'll need your help calling out the questions, and then I will do the answers.
Perfect. Let me move this over. Teamwork makes the dream work. Okay, well, first off, let's just do the basics, Adrian. If you were going to, let's say you're on an essentials license, walk us through what kind of reporting and analysis you have on our free license.
Okay, so the most basic of the reporting that we have on the essential license, it's your live dashboard. So you get to see, and bear with me while I'm trying to get this on. You get to see your live dashboard, all the analysis, all of the data that's collecting in real time with aggregated answers, frequency analysis, your means, your medians, your modes, All of that basic information is going to be made available. So that's what comes with your essentials. There's a limited capability of adding filters as you go, but you can just do one filter, or you can do one categorization of a filter. You cannot do more than that. um,
Oh,
that's
here we
about
go.
what you get with essentials, and then of course the downloading functionalities that come along with it.
Okay, I'm gonna add your screen to the broadcast. Here we go. Okay, so here we are. We are in the dashboard.
You are in the analytics. That's the first screen that you'd always see, is the dashboard drop down. Now,
Right?
this particular view that you see is available on all our licenses, starting all the way from essentials, where that's practically free. You don't pay for it. Um,
Not practically free, Adrian. It is free.
it's I say practically free is because you still need to put in effort and time in building the survey the way you want to see it,
That's true. Okay.
and time is money, so practically free.
Oh man, now we're getting into the what is time and what is value.
Yeah, right. I know this month has been all about what is time and what is value for me, so I'm bringing it into the office hours today. Awesome. So when you are on the Essentials license, you will have access to this dashboard. You will have access to seeing the counts, the percentages coming in. You will not be able to make any manipulations or changes to how the mean is calculated, how the mode is calculated, how the
Mhm.
median is calculated. But you would still have access to see what standard deviations look like, what's the error on this particular calculative model, etc. Along with that, again, I'll stay with the essentials at this point. You will
Please.
have filtering capabilities, so you can go into the cogwheel on the settings, some minor filtering capabilities like selecting the response status, staying on a date filter. Um, Again, minor targeting based on questions would be allowed, not extensively or the full limit of what our filters look like.
I have a follow-up question.
Yes.
When you say minor targeting, what does that mean as far as like analytics and reporting is concerned?
Minor targeting would be like a demographic concentration. So let's say you have a survey that's asking for your respondent's age, and you want
Right?
to limit your responses, or you want to see a dashboard just based on the gender
Mm,
that's been put in, right? And when I say gender over here, we are accepting of all genders. So irrespective, let's say you want to just focus on one of the options that have been entered, that would be limited filtering capabilities. Now, if you want to see multiple, then you would be adding multiple criterias, right? That
okay.
is not permitted on essential license. For that, you would have to go one above to the advanced license.
Okay, so our advanced license, which is our middle license on our kind of commercial side, allows you to do a lot more things for, about, I think, honestly, I can't, for some sort of yearly price. I think it's a
Yeah,
thousand. I'm not going to say it out loud because I don't want anybody to be committed to that. I was like, I'll have to check
it's
the website.
approximately
I was like,
1,500 a year.
oh no, if I say it out loud, someone's gonna be like, Crystal said it costs this much. But the advanced license lets you go a little farther in your
Mhm.
analysis and your tracking data. So let's talk about that a little bit more.
All right. So with the advanced license, first of all, let me say this out loud. It is a huge leap from essentials and where it stands, right? You get storage space, you get a lot of advanced analytics, like, for example, multiple criterias that can be created on the filter. So if you want to see how a certain age group in a certain vicinity, considering that the survey had those questions in that, uh, responded to the survey, all of that multiple criteria selection is permitted on the advanced license. Now, this is only about the main dashboard that I'm talking about, right? Because this is
Mm-hmm.
real time information that is coming in. You have advanced setting options that will allow you to change how the survey or how the data is showing up. You can either show a certain table, not show certain options
Oh.
um, that did not have a response, because otherwise you're looking at a really big sheet with no information in it. Rather,
Would
Rather,
you
you
like
would
a
look
lot
at
of data?
exactly, right? You don't want to be scrolling through because, like I said, time is money. You want to save money, you want to save time. So reduce the settings and show only the options that have information in them. So that's a cool upgrade. The second upgrade that you have, and this is for um, the users who are looking at a customized calculation model. And what do I mean by that? So I'm going to try to come to there's a question that I've added. Okay, this, for all of you who are wondering where is this survey and this data coming from, this is a legit survey that I fielded back in May when I was recruiting for my team.
Hmm.
All the answers over here are from the top 50 candidates who were handpicked by me
Woo!
from a very
Wow.
yeah,
Using
I'm not doing that again.
but it also, I mean, every time we do office hours, either you or me or Kartik, we're always talking about how we use surveys in real life to solve other problems aside from like, do you want to have nuts in your brownies or something? You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely,
we you
absolutely.
can you can really use surveys to answer not only life questions, but like move your agenda forward when it comes to your work goals too.
No, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, last year when I did recruitment, right? It took me 4 months to get through the recruitment process itself, keeping in mind all of the norms. Like you need to reach out on email. You need to be very polite. You need to take each and every factor into consideration. Now, I put all of that. I said, all right, I have this platform for me free of cost. No one's charging me for it. I converted all of my questions into a survey. It took me, and this is realistic, right? So now I know about how the platform functions, so I get it. It was a little quicker for me. It took me 3 hours to get all of my 4 months worth of question together on one survey programming instance, and 1 week of fielding it to my top 50, 1 day of analyzing the data, and the next week I was ready to start interviews.
That's awesome. I love
All
that.
right,
It's a
awesome.
great
So
use
coming,
case.
it is right. It is. I mean, it did save me more than 3 months of work.
Right?
Um, absolutely, it is. It is, and I believe anything can be converted into a survey if you need it to be converted into a survey. And I'll always say that, right?
anything can be anything can be a survey if you want it to be a survey. That's gonna be our
Exactly.
new, that's gonna be our new like catchphrase.
There you go. Would I get credits for that?
Okay, yes, keep going. Okay, now thanks everyone who joined us for that. If you're following along with our use case about how Adrian was using the survey you're looking at for recruiting, we're also now
Mhm.
deep diving into what our analytics and dashboards look like when you are on the advanced license. Early in their show, we were talking about our essential license, which is free for everyone for life, no credit card required, and what kind of reporting goes with that. And now we've moved on to our advanced license. Adrian, take it
Absolutely.
away.
Okay, so the second part of the edition that you have with the advanced license is configuring your main reporting outline. Now, what do I mean by that is you can literally influence the calculation, the statistical calculation, by selecting which option should be included and which option should be excluded from the mean, median, standard deviation format, the calculation format, right? Once you uncheck it, your statistics will be updated. You can also, now again, this is not a good example, I agree to that, but for Pete's sake, let's just assume this is the right
Yeah.
one. Let's say you want to do hypothesis, or you want to do testing in like bottom box format. You can do it. You get the option of customizing the score model, you get the option of changing the scales, you get the option of adding statistical calculations, you get the option of creating multiple filters with multiple criterias. You also get the option of downloading each and every question data set separately over and above downloading the entire survey as a whole,
Hmm.
right?
Cool.
So that's what the advanced license gets you.
I love that. And so if you're, let's say, two use cases, you just need to collect yes and no or data sets or, some qualitative, just like, conversational essentials if you don't need a ton of analysis, will get you just all the answers. But if you really want to deep dive into some analysis and breakdown
Mhm.
and advances where you need to be.
Absolutely, absolutely. If you need operational analysis, and I'm using the word operational, I'm not using the word research, right?
Right.
Operational analysis, advanced is our commercial license where you need to be.
I love that. That's operational analysis is a really good like differentiator. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
I like that.
Awesome.
Okay. So
So,
then, oh, sorry, you go.
no, go ahead. Okay, fine. So, what comes after the advanced license is the team edition, and this is
Oh,
the
that's what I was going to say.
you did right. All right, cool. So, I think we're connecting now. But okay, so team edition is this in between, I would say, and I honestly think it's an in between, and it's a beautiful marriage between operation and research because it gives you everything that advanced license has, right?
Right.
Along with some minimum control from the research perspective. Like, what do
Mm,
I mean by that? Is team edition will bring you this second drop down, which gives you trend analysis, it gives you cross tabulation. Now, for those of you who don't know, cross tabulation is a very, very, very powerful tool that's underutilized, in my opinion, at least.
ooh, hot take.
Um, absolutely. You because okay now the cross tabulation in question pro allows you to do a lot of hypothesis tests. We have a lot of these inbuilt proportional tests, column tests, p tests, test of good fitness. We have all of that already in cross tabulation, plus we do nested. Okay, so team edition gives you a taste of that and you can try it on. So think of it where you are into operational surveys a lot, and let's say you have this occasional research kind of a need that comes in. Team edition is where you need to be because you are living the best of both worlds at that
Ooh,
point of time,
I
right?
like that.
Absolutely. Okay, so now yes, there are limitations because, like I said, it's an in-between part. It's not
Right.
where you need team edition is not for a heavy researcher. Isn't it is not for someone who is going to really, really dig deep. Slice and dice the data at numerous levels, try to figure out what the core sentiment is. It's not that, but it will still give you a grassroots understanding of what's going on. Simple example, you are an operational organization, you have a survey that is for, let's say, procurement. People are filling out the survey to tell you what stationery do they want on their table, or I don't know, all the other procurement questions that people usually have. um, so you have surveys for that, which is operational, right? And then you have a survey which is research on, are your clients or your customers appreciating the service that you're giving them? Do they have pointers for you? So that's minimalistic research, in my opinion, at least. Yes, there's a very, very big industry behind that, which is CX. We do have QuestionPro CX that completely goes into that. But let's say you want to be on the surface level, that's basic research. Team edition is where you need to be because you have NPS scoring and modeling available on team edition.
Cool. NPS scoring and modeling available on Team
Mhm.
Edition and advanced, right?
Not advanced. Advanced has just, you can have the question in the format of an NPS, but not effectively see the
W-
rating come out.
Well, that's good to know. So tell us why you think cross tabulation is the most underutilized.
Because a lot of people, so okay, a lot of my clients or rather partners, the way I like to call them, that I interact with, use cross tabulation as a format of aggregating when it is way
Mm.
more than that, right? I've seen a lot of users do 10 filters, 20 filters, 30 filters just to get a gist of what that segment is talking about in an entire survey, when they could have just cross tabulated it. Like,
Oh,
everything that you need in a filter, put it as a column in the cross tab, and then just add your entire survey as a row. So now
okay.
you're seeing the exact same thing that you would see on your dashboard, but it is in this really nice collective tabular format where you can see the trend move up and down across the columns.
Okay, I like that. Interesting. Do you have any examples in your platform?
Okay, I'm kind of like do I just hope none of the interviewees are in here
Oh
and
yeah.
looking at the information coming up. But then again, that's all right. So let's just see here, right? Now I'm trying to get this up. Um, a simple example would be right here where for cross tabulation purposes in the row, I want to know what the current experience is, what the okay, I won't put this. I'll put SaaS experience, sales negotiations, negotiation proficiencies would be, and have they managed a certain kind of a client. So I'll put this. And I want to see
Oh,
how
and
many.
so instead of doing a filter on each question and then kind of like trying to compare it in your mind, a crosstab allows you to compare it over a grid.
Exactly. So now I know how many of the candidates who did apply to the opening did have SaaS experience or working in a SaaS organization in the past, and how many of them are currently on resignation period, because I know these are the people who will be available to me faster.
Interesting. This is actually, you're right. Most people probably don't use this like at all if they do. Do
Mhm.
you think it's because it looks a little overwhelming and so it's like one of those things that you have to learn? Like if you know, you know, but if you don't, you don't.
It is absolutely. So cross tabulation has always been okay. So when I joined QuestionPro, right, and then I seen a cross tabulation table, I was like, I'm not learning that shit. Can we say shit?
Yeah.
Or we can. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. I need to check, yo. All right. So that was the first thing that I said. I'm not going to do that because it can get confusing in what needs to be where. And if you've not aligned it, and this is a very big problem, right? If you've not got it right, if you've not got your row right and your column right, you can be misreading your data altogether. And that fear, I guess, uh,
Mhm.
would someone who's new to the whole concept would not want to try it. They would rather go down the filtering path because I understand what's happening now.
Yeah. I
So yeah.
gotcha. Interesting. Good to know. Okay. So, what I'm hearing is that cross tabulation can be really powerful when we're on team edition, but like if you know how to use it, you love it. And if you don't, you just avoid it. So, reach out to Adrian's team if you're not using cross tabs and you're on one of our advanced like on one of our higher level licenses because he'll walk you through.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I actually want to put that out. Thanks for saying that, Crystal. So anyone and everyone who is, and I'll break this down to you, right? Question Pro has an amazing customer success team in place. And I'm not saying that just because
Just
that's,
because
that's
it's
my
literally your
team.
job.
Yeah, that's not even the reason why I'm saying it. I'm saying it because the people in this team are deeply rooted in finding solutions for you. And I've seen those battles happen internally in Question Pro every day, where the CSMs or the customer success managers, your point of contact within Question Pro, are literally on a battlefield with the internal product teams trying to get you what you want in a really expedited manner. Now, if you're facing difficulty, if you cannot understand something, or if you want to see what's an alternate approach to what you're doing, reach out to your customer success manager immediately. Let them know what you're looking for. Let them know what your expectations are. Let them know what your requirements are, and let them know
Mhm.
the end goal to what you're trying to do. Right? They would 100% be there to help you out. If they cannot, I'm gonna come in over there. They're gonna definitely bring me in, and then we'll figure something out.
And then I'll definitely be there. I love that. So, kind of we're just going to keep in the essentials, advanced, and team edition space today. Um,
Okay.
what are some, give me, we're going to like give me a couple top takeaways of like advanced again, right? We're just going to repeat. We're going to do like mountain
A
climbers.
repeat.
Um, so what's something on essentials in reporting that people may not know? When you're on essentials, can you export your data?
You can export your data when you are, so all our licenses allow you to take your data. The number one thing that we strictly follow, and this is a question, okay, I know that there's a question that's come up that's on our sheet, and I'm going to try to answer it even though it doesn't fit within what you're trying to do. But here's the thing with us. With QuestionPro, as an entire organization, the data belongs to you.
Right.
You have the account, you have collected it, you have all the rights to download it and take it away. So Essential follows the path. You can download it in an Excel format. You can download it in a CSV format. That's about the limitations. These are the
For
only two formats.
essentials.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
And this is raw data information. It's not
Right.
like we hold on to the raw data. Nothing of that sort.
Cool. And then when you're on essential, you also get one shareable dashboard, correct?
That's right. That's right. You
Mhm.
just have one dashboard that you can use. You can share it. So when we say share it, it's actually a link. You are not giving access to your account to anyone else. It is just this link that you will be sharing with someone else. That's on
Yeah.
Essential.
I honestly think this is one of the most, because it's a live link. I think
Mm-hmm.
this is one of the most underutilized tools too, because what people don't realize is you can share this link out as soon as your survey is live. And then when
Mm-hmm.
people come back to it, it updates in live, it updates in real time. So
Absolutely.
you
I'll give you
definitely can always just, get that link out there and share it. We even share some of them on social media when we're doing instant answers and stuff like that, because it's just like a great visual representation of
Mhm.
the experience.
Absolutely. And you're getting data in real time,
Yeah,
above all, right?
for
Um,
sure.
I'll tell you this. So again, it's a use case, it's an example for anyone who's trying this out. Uh, we did an entire election round for a certain district. This is not political elections. They were okay. I'm not going to say what kind of elections, but they were elections, and the results of those elections had to be streamed or had to be seen across the state in another region altogether because they needed to verify that there was no issue in the polls, there was
Right.
no ballot box stuffing being done, etc. So they wanted real time analysis. So what we did was my contact, my client at the point reached out. We created these surveys. They were vote bank surveys. Everyone got a unique identifier. They used it to vote. Once the vote was casted, the link was shared in the region or the office rather that needs to see the live reporting so
Hmm.
that they could monitor with every vote how the scales were tipping.
Okay.
And it
Interesting.
was it was so good. It was so good that they did it with us for 3 years.
Wow. I love that. Good to know.
Absolutely. And the only reason, and again, the grassroots reason for why they kept coming every year was the transparency that the whole system
Hmm.
offered. Like everyone knew it was up there, it was digital. Number one, it was real time. Number two, so it was not happening that the ballots were casted, and after a week, an announcement was being done. Everyone who was voting did not have any grounds for questioning that there was some kind of stuffing done after the responses were given out because we could show exactly x number of responses were given and x number of responses decided who won and who lost, and you see the counts all for yourself in real time.
That's super cool. So far, the unique surveying
Mhm.
use cases today are for hiring and for voting.
Absolutely. There are many more unique survey uses. Trust me, when you get to hear them, you're like, I did not know that's possible. But
Every once in a while now, when I'll get something in my email that's like, you know, tell us this, this, this. I was like, this is just a survey. Like they try to doll them up so they look so much different. I'm like, this is a survey.
everything is a survey, Kristen.
Everything's
Everything
a
is a survey.
survey. Surveys are life. If anybody's watching Ted Lasso, football is also life. Okay, so then take us through some of the unique on Team Edition. How many dashboards do you get? Can you dashboard a specific question? Or let's say if you have your cross tab
Mhm.
kind of filled out, can you share that with someone? Like how does you share the analysis?
Okay, so Team Edition, like I said, it's an in between. So it has all of your advanced features. and then it starts to just get a foot in the door for research as well. So for team editions, you have up to 5 dashboards that are available. So you can have 5 unique dashboards.
Woo!
Each dashboard can have a setting of its own. Each dashboard will have a shareable link of its own. How you set it up is up to you. You can have it as per filter, you can have it as per a singular question. Uh, so, quick example, I am in the process of fielding a survey right now for a really huge client, doing it on behalf of another huge client. Um,
No
so
pressure.
no pressure. So client A is running the survey on QuestionPro. I'm assisting. I'm consulting with them and getting that done. And client B needs to see a certain section of that survey only, and everything else is hidden. So what we've done is client A gets dashboard link number 1 that has all the questions in it. Client B gets dashboard number 2 that has only specific questions that they need to see, hiding every other information.
There we go. That's what we like to hear.
Right? That's what dashboards are, and it's exclusively available on Team Edition and above only. All of the settings are exactly the same. Who can you share it with? Anyone you please.
Right.
There's no limit on who gets to see the link. There's no limit on how many times the link can be clicked. Nothing of that sort. You can might as well take the link and post it on Instagram, if you will, and people would. You can't post links on Instagram, right? Sorry, Twitter. You can
No,
post it
you
on Twitter
can.
and
But it's like a button or a
like
swipe.
a button. Okay, so we'll stick to Twitter. Twitter vents. So you put it on Twitter and everyone can see and start venting about it.
Right.
So
Interesting.
that's Team Edition for you. Team Edition has some more downloadable options, like you can download in a presentation format. So your entire dashboard that you see on the screen right here will be broken down into slides for you, which you can change because the source data file is downloaded along with that. Team
Hmm.
Edition also has some qualitative analysis that is made available with it. If you remember, I said it's a crossover or a foot in the door for the research.
Right.
So Crystal's favorite,
I love word clouds. I think they're so fun and they're
the
so
word cloud.
shareable.
Yeah. The word cloud is going to be available with analysis on Team Edition for you. It might take a minute or two for the responses to pop up. But there you go. Once they do, this is what a word cloud would look like. With the most used words would be upfront. If you scroll down, you get an analysis table. Um, yeah, you see, the people
I love
applying
that.
knew exactly what they wanted to do. But and then we have text tagging or text analysis. It's available in Team Editions with limited capabilities. So what do I mean limited capabilities? It's manual text tagging,
Okay.
where you can go into the responses and you can start manually adding tags so that your open-ended information, or what do we like to call
Oh, because
quality,
you're looking for specific things.
exactly. So you
Mm.
can tag it in a certain way, and all of that can be done. There you go.
Woo! That's exciting. That's
Absolutely.
super exciting. I
And
love that. So that is some of the it takes you when you're on Team Edition, it kind of gives you like a wisp of our big research product that is we're not talking about today, gives you a
mhm,
wisp of opportunity of that.
absolutely, it gives you a wisp of he who not be named.
Dan. Poor, I hope Dan's not watching this. um every so Dan at Fleetwood, our head of research and insights, also the star of Live with Dan, is lovely and works really hard on making sure that the research edition product line is super robust and almost to a point where it is so powerful. Some days most days I get lost in it. And so that's why we hang out in the essentials advanced and team edition area. So if there is, let's kind of like just walk through these last few questions. Can you customize the report theme to your brain colors?
You can,
Ooh,
I would say yes, you can, but again, severe limitations. It's a project that's been worked on. So you can have like the general color, the background, the theme color setup. You can have like the importance colors set up. That minimalistic can be done. You can have the logo, the title, all of that is done. But you cannot go too crazy on the theme. Now, cool fact. a very, very lesser known fact is Team Edition and above allows you presentation downloads, right? You can
Ooh.
have your company or your organization's custom PPT uploaded into the system and then download all of the data in that branded presentation template only.
Oh, hey. So nothing. So you don't have to like go through. You don't have to download the data and then put it in the PowerPoint. You can upload your PowerPoint and then download it with all the data already in it.
That's right.
Whoa, that's super
You did
cool.
not know that,
I
did
did
you?
not know that at all. And I feel like that is clutch when coming down to being like, I got to present my data. What do I do? And then you
It
spend like a
is.
whole day. Sorry, that's like my market research voice. Got to present my data. um, and then you spend the whole day building a deck. Like, no, you just could upload it and then download it with all the information already plugged in. That's a great one. I'm going to put that on my QuestionPro fun facts list. So that's awesome. Let's get to the next one. Is there, I think we answered this one, so I'm going to try to answer this one. Is there a limit on the number of people I can share the report with? And that's no, right? The link?
Yes. You can share it with anyone you want, post it publicly if you will.
But
It's
what happens if you're trying to auto deliver the report, like via email?
you're sending the email from your inbox. So if your inbox, whatever count your inbox allows you.
Oh, no, I thought you could send reports from QuestionPro to people in their email.
The automated scheduler is available on the Team Edition license. There is no limit to how many of those can be sent.
Perfect. Great. So the link you can share with anyone, even your mom or your Instagram followers. The automated scheduler is available in Team Edition, and there's no limit to how many people you can share that to. Woo! So good. Where's Tawanda? Does she have any questions for us today?
Wanda had a question. I know there was a question.
She's already signed up for X Day tomorrow, so she may be pacing how much time she spends with QuestionPro. If nobody knows, QuestionPro X Day is happening tomorrow and live from 10 a.m. Central to 4 p.m. Central. And Adrian and I will both be there. And I'll be hosting a lot of morning activities. If you aren't registered, it's free and you should definitely come hang out with us. We're talking with the head of corporate sales at Google as our headline speaker on how to advocate for your data and research internally, which is going to be really exciting. Okay, Adrian, I think that's all for today.
Yay! No.
I think we made it. If you guys have any questions about your reporting and analysis on Essentials, Advanced, or Team Edition, please let us know. We are always available to you. We and either on through email or on our 24-hour chat on the website, and you can reach out to us. And if you have a weird use case, definitely reach out to us because Adrian Adrian is the guy who can solve that for you. And we love kind of tackling those kind of problems. So, Adrian, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having me, Crystal.
And I cannot wait to hang out with you at X Day tomorrow.
I'll see you at X Day tomorrow too, and I hope I see everyone else at X Day.
I know, right? I'm excited.
Right. If you're coming in from office hours, do give office hours a shout out tomorrow because Crystal does put in a lot of effort. I mean, very honestly, we just come in and we talk for like 30 minutes or 40 minutes and we work out. And Crystal is putting in 28 days worth of effort in getting the setup done, the background done, getting StreamYard to work, getting LinkedIn to work, getting all of that to work. So shout out to Crystal. Please do give us a big
you make my job easy. Thank you so much, guys, and we will chat with you later.
Have a good one, everyone. Bye-bye.